Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the very long overdue video. But as you're about to see, there's been a lot of changes. Let's go over some of those changes, shall we? First, foremost, and probably the biggest, check this out. Oh yeah, we are no longer hooked to a hopper. So, as you can see, this is it's an insulated tanker. But this is our tanker nonetheless. Not ours, I should say. I don't own the trailer. But I signed a new lease with the company and I was given this trailer to pull as well as that trailer right there. So we have an asphalt/oil tanker and a calcium tanker. Welcome to the tanker side, baby. Woo! There has been a lot of changes in my life, a lot, guys. So I've been kind of waiting for things to start kicking off with the tank and for me to get familiar and comfortable with the tanker. I also, about a month ago, I was in my first accident ever. And my first accident with the semi. Put a small clip up right here to tease you guys with. And yeah, I also bought a house. So I bought a house and quit my job like a week after I signed that I would buy the house. So yeah, there was a lot of changes and a lot going on. So I apologize, it has taken me a while to be able to put this video out. But here we are nonetheless. Here we are. So let's get straight to the action, baby. All right, well, here we are. We're getting ready to roll out. I already did the pre-trip and got all that stuff knocked out. Little foggy this morning. I'll turn the headlights on. Hey, I'll tell you what, any day you can wake up, strap on the dadgum hay dudes. See them dadgum hay dudes down there? Strap on the dadgum hay dudes and get to work. Tell you what, that's a blessed day. Okay, so first and foremost, I'll get straight to the point with you guys. Why am I no longer pulling a hopper? Well, long story short, back in, I want to say it was April, pretty much all of the loads that I was hauling, the DDG loads and I mean really everything else, it had really dried up. And I went for a couple of weeks with, well actually more than a couple of weeks. I went for probably 3 months where I was not really working a whole lot. It kind of put me into a tough predicament. Nothing against the guy that I was leased onto. He's a great guy. I loved working for him. He took really good care of me. But it just seemed like the loads with the hoppers had just dried up. So at the end of the day, I had to make a decision. I had tried my hardest to try to stick it out and ride through it with the guy that I was leased to, but I just, financially, I couldn't do it anymore, so I had to make a change. I ended up quitting with that guy, and I heard about this company actually through a mutual friend at church. I ended up going and talking to the folks here, and I liked what they were doing, and they were interested in me, and here we are. So I've been pulling the tank for probably a month and a half now, and I love it. I really do. It's been really good so far. I won't lie, I had a hard time shifting when I first got the tank loaded, and it was surging and pulling back and forth and bucking and everything. I was grinding my gears a lot those first couple of days. It definitely took some getting used to. A lot different than a hopper, a lot different. So today we are heading up to the port. Once we get up to the port, we're gonna load 38% calcium chloride, and we will be bringing that back to the shop, and they store it in a big tank. Typically we're delivering out to spray drivers. They're spraying this on gravel roads for anti-dust, and typically that's where I'll end up going. However, with all the rain we've been getting and everything else, it's pretty slow right now with the spray trucks. So we'll just be running the one load back to the shop, and that'll be our day. Super short, super simple. Here we are getting loaded now. You can see him walking onto the trailer, opening my hatch, and then he'll put a pipe in. It actually only takes about 10 minutes to get loaded. Whereas with the hoppers, I mean, it would take a long time depending on the product and what you're hauling. Okay, we just got loaded, scaled out, and we are out of here. We're a little light today. We were 79,300, I think. Little light. Well, sorry about that, guys. I forgot to adjust the exposure back down. Yep, there went my phone. I forgot to adjust the exposure back down after driving when it was dark. So you guys probably could see the inside of the truck. Probably couldn't see outside the windows though. So I apologize, that's on me. Well, here I was editing the video and realized that all the clips that I had just had, the exposure is way off, completely unusable. But I explained some of the crash. So anyway, since that's all unusable now, I'm gonna go back and insert the crash now and explain a little bit of the crash, and I'll do a voiceover during the crash so you guys can hear exactly what was going on. Okay, so here we are. The truck in the left lane just passed me. The truck directly ahead of me had just passed me for the third time. It's a foreign driver. He keeps speeding up and then slowing back down below 50 mile an hour, and it's a 60 mile an hour zone through here. I've had cruise control set at 60 the whole time. Anyway, truck's in the left lane, can't see the railroad crossing. This guy hits his brakes. I think he's slowing down again, so I go to pass him again. He hits the brakes really hard. Here we go. We hit the railroad crossing. Boom. Okay, yep. Okay, Future Carter coming back at you. So I just wanted to explain a couple things real quickly regarding the crash. First and foremost, yes, I understand it's my fault. Even though he had passed me a couple times and was speeding up, slowing down. I saw the brake lights come on, thought he was slowing down again. That's when I turned my turn signal on, tried to get back over to pass him again. Realized, oh crap, the arms are coming down, railroad lights are on. Yeah, yep, I get it. 100% my fault. Take full accountability for that. I'm not blaming that other trucker or that other company or anything like that. 100% my fault. Just kind of stinks and is what it is. Lesson learned though. And now I know if there is a truck that's giving me a hard time, I'd be much better off to just pull off on an off-ramp or something, and to just let that truck or that car or whatever it is, just let them go. Just take 5 minutes out of my day and let them go. Because it did end up costing me in the long run. So I hit that railroad arm, sent that railroad arm into orbit. It hit the visor and the mirror on the truck, crunched in the visor on the truck pretty good, smashed the mirror all the way into the cab. So I ended up getting the new mirror, complete new mirror assembly from Vanderhags. I think that was like $200 for a complete mirror assembly and a mirror. And then I ended up getting a new visor. I got the visor from Bob's Chrome Zone, and it's the chopped, so it sits like right on the windshield of the truck. But yeah, so just real quickly, I just thought I'd throw it out there. I know 100% my fault.
I was in the wrong. Regardless of what that truck did in front of me, I did not allocate enough space between us. So, yep. I sat down with the cops and showed them the full 30-minute clip of that truck and how everything transpired in front of me. The cop did not write me any tickets. He's like, I understand. He's like, that sucks. He's like, I see he's passing you. Then he gets on his brakes. He slows down a lot. And he's like, so I get how frustrating that is. So he's like, I'm not going to give you a ticket for following too close or anything of that nature. But you were too close. And the railroad company did not give me a ticket either. I shot them the full 30-minute video of the truck and everything that led up to the accident. The railroad company was like, we're not going to give you a ticket. Typically, it's $1,000 fine, though, if you hit the railroad arm. So, yeah, that's how everything happened, and that's the kind of repercussions of it. So, let's get back to the video.
Anyway, so yeah, that happened with the railroad crossing. That was like my second week working at the company I'm leased on to. So that really freaking sucked to have to call them and say, hey, I was just in an accident. I did the best I could with what I had, and yeah, it just kind of sucked how it turned out, but oh well. So I had that happen, and then last week my brake chamber completely snapped off of the truck and was just hanging on by whatever that rod's called that runs from the slack adjuster into the brake chamber. That was the only thing holding it on. My brakes were dragging and had no idea until I got out of the truck and was like, ooh, that smells hot. Yep, it was hot. It was very hot. Had to get that fixed last week. Yeah, there's just been some couple odds and end things like that. Oh, I put a new bumper on. I'll see if I can put a picture up of that. Yep. And a new visor from the crash, and this visor is actually an inch deeper. It sits an inch deeper than the other one did, so now it matches the window chops that are on the truck. And I didn't really want this guy to pass me. He's leaking a lot of fluid out, but oh well. I guess he's not gonna pass me. Must not be using cruise control. So another reason I haven't uploaded is I've been super busy. I ended up buying a house, and I bought it at the beginning of May. I allowed the sellers a month to get all their stuff and get out of there. Well, we kind of negotiated on that a little bit. I wasn't in a super big hurry to get in, and so they were trying to move into their house that they were renovating at the same time. Anyway, so May 22nd, we closed on it at the beginning of May, but I didn't get possession of the house till May 22nd. I have been extremely busy working on that. It's a 2-story farmhouse. It was built in the 1920s. So it needs quite a bit of work, quite a bit of updating and stuff. But it has 3.5 acres of land. So I am just so ecstatic about having all that land and building the barn. And so there's a lot of things that have been going on with that have been taking my time. Started a new job with trucking, and life has been crazy, life has been crazy. But hey, yesterday's verse of the day, today it's Isaiah 42:2. Yesterday's was Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for you to prosper and not harm you. The Lord always has a plan. He has a plan for you, a plan for me, a plan for all of these cars that you see, everybody, right? So it was in His plan for me to buy the house, get possession of the house, and then not have any loads, and end up having to quit my job and look for a new job, and it was all in the Lord's plan. It wasn't according to my plan. I miss pulling the hopper, honestly. I really do. I've met a lot of great folks pulling the hoppers, and I really enjoyed it. The Lord had other plans, temporarily, long term, I don't know. But we're here now. So we're here now with the tanker hooked to us. Look at that thing. Woo! And man, this is a nice tank too. This is a 2023, it's called Entine, and I don't know, something like that. 2023, by far the newest trailer I've ever pulled. It has disc brakes on it. I mean, it's a nice trailer. I'm very happy with it. Just am very happy with how things are going overall. Not too happy about having an E-log. I have to run an E-log now. Can't run the paper logs. I don't have to, but it's the company policy, so I'm required to, I should say. But other than that, I mean, I really don't have enough good things to say about the company I'm leased to. I'm very, 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 very happy here. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it's all through a mutual church friend. Yep, it's been a big job getting everything to move it in and getting things with the truck squared away. And yeah, we've been real busy. So this calcium chloride stuff that I'm hauling, it gets put down on the roads. Well, if you drive over top of it, it sprays up. And this stuff is extremely corrosive. So not even a week after having that new bumper put on, I had to drive back over one of the roads that was already sprayed, and everywhere on the bumper that got touched by the calcium, rust bubbles started on it. And it's a stainless steel, I think it's 14 gauge, it might not be. But it's a Roadworks American Eagle bumper. But yeah, I hadn't even had it a week, and it bubbled everywhere from that calcium. And on the back of my sleeper, it turned the white paint yellow. It didn't rust anything or corrode anything. I sprayed it all down. But yeah, the whole back of the sleeper where it's sprayed up and flicked up, it's all yellow. I'll turn the camera on when we go through Warsaw. There's a right-hand turn that I really like. You got to swing out wide, and if there's a car on the white line, you got to get pretty close to the car on the white line. And hey, I kind of like that. Nobody's had to back up yet. I've been able to squeeze by every time. But yeah, I just like making those turns and giving those people that pull up past the white line, hey, we're giving them something to think about, baby. Come on. All right, here's the turn. Oh, we got a concrete truck, so he knows. It's always fun taking that turn and there's somebody that pulls up to that white line or past that white line and giving them something to think about. I always like that. Come on. All right, let's get this calcium unloaded. I just went in and spoke with the folks, and we should be all set to unload. So first things first, you always want to have a system down when you're unloading, so just so you don't forget anything. So I always get my gloves out, and if I'm going to be using my pump, open the doors, drop the bags, come over here, open that door, and then here's where we're unloading. We are doing calcium, so it's going to be this one. And yep, see that far ball valve's flipped. So they are ready for us. Open our lid so the tank can vent. There we go. Look at that. That's the calcium chloride. You can see what it does. Just destroys everything. You can see how it stains. Those are all stains. They won't come out of the stainless or whatever it is. All right. And we'll grab the hose. Perfect. All right. Come up here, slowly release these. If it hisses, then it's under pressure and it's gonna pop. Slowly. And a little bit will drain out. Flip our clasps. Lock them in. Yep. Double check, make sure your lid's open. Otherwise, you're gonna implode the tank. And we'll start this. Fuel's on, choke. Let it idle for a second. Open the secondary. Open this valve. Double check, yep, secondary's open. And we'll crack this open. Should hear the RPM. There it went. See, it started to bog. Checking for leaks. That's there from when we opened it. Everything looks good. Opener wide up. And crank the pump up. That's all there is to it. Super, super straightforward and easy. If I can do it, you can do it. Yeah, I'll catch you guys here in about 15, 20 minutes once we're empty. Okay, do you hear how it's surging? So, should be pretty close to empty. I always throttle it down. Climb up here. Yep, still some in there. That's gonna be pretty close to all we can get out. Okay, now you're just gonna do everything that you did to unload and reverse sequence. Pretty much. So we'll start closing this. Close your main valve. Shut the pump off. Fuel off. Fuel off. And off. Now you're gonna take and blow air through. So turn this valve. And that pressure will blow everything out of the line. And we'll pull this valve shut. Open our relief valve. That's all there is to it. Now it's just unhooking everything. All right, well, we are just now leaving the shop. We got everything picked up, packed up. We rocked and rolled. We're out of there, baby. Come on. Real quickly, though, I do want to end with the words of wisdom. We've kind of been all over today, and we already touched on it. But I want to come back to Jeremiah 29:11, and just what a good verse that is. Again, it's, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for you to prosper and not harm you. And I hope that no matter what you guys are going through, you realize that it's the Lord's plan, not yours. And that can bring a lot of anxiety and a lot of turmoil. But if you just kind of roll with it and roll with what's going on, you'll be so much happier and better off in life. A lot of the things, a lot of the circumstances you can't change, you know? You just kind of got to roll with the punches and get right back up and strap your daggum hey dudes on and get ready for the day, baby. Come on. That's just how it is sometimes, you know? So anyway, hey, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching another video on the NFH Transportation YouTube channel. Have a good one, guys. Catch you next time.